Okay, so the last metric I'm going to talk about today is something that you can track this monthly, but really what you want to do is you really want to track this on an annual basis. And what I'm talking about here is you really want to track your mix of business. And so, okay, why is that important? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why this is important. I mean, is your practice aging? Over time, if you're not, paying attention and you're not attracting new patients, as you're getting older, your patients are getting older. Instead of being on commercial policies, they're now going to be on, Medicare policies. And, you're trying to figure out why you're making less money. Well, you're getting paid from a carrier that's not paying as much as a commercial carrier might. So really what you want to do here is, I would say to do this, you at least should look at this. You can look at it every 6 months, but let's just say annually, because it takes a little time for these things to change. For a demographic to switch it switches over years, and I'll give you a perfect example. During COVID, the government waived the income eligibility for Medicaid patients. So the pandemic hit the end of March. May, I believe it was, or June, they waived they waived the income eligibility for Medicaid, and people that might have been making $250,000 each, a married couple making $250,000 each, all of a sudden they're both out of a job, they both qualify for Medicaid. They don't have to carry their Cobra. They're on Medicaid, and I believe the government didn't start income qualifying again until 2023. So we saw some pretty weird things during the pandemic where, 15 years ago, I analyzed an account in a certain area of the country that was, 7% Medicaid. And in 2021, they were 38% Medicaid. So it had a devastating effect on the particular practice I was looking at. But, as we come out of COVID and so forth, that's beginning to switch, and those folks are falling off the Medicaid rolls back on a commercial plans as they get gainful employment and have to take the coverage. So again, what you want to do here is you want to organize all of your business into all of your claims into really a few different buckets. You want to take all of your commercial carriers and put them in one bucket. And again, what you're looking at here is you want to you can look at this. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it by visits or you can look at it by charges. I would look at it by charges. So put all your commercial business together, then aggregate all your Medicare and all your Medicare lines of business for managed care plans from insurance carriers, and then also segregate. You can put together your comp and no fault claims as another bucket, and lastly, you're going to put together your Medicaid, all your Medicaid plans. So your state straight Medicaid and all the Medicaid managed care plans. The last bucket you could have would be your self-pay bucket. So really what you're looking for here is what is my breakdown of business, for the year, and how did it shift from the year before? So you can go back into your practice and run these reports to say, okay, well, give me this information for, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, and you can see how your practice is tracking. So basically, the folks that you're caring for, who are the people that are coming in? How often are they coming in? I mean, it's going to be reflected because again, what you're looking here is not just your patient mix, but your actual, the actual mix of the work that you're performing, day after day, year after year, and who are the people that are actually utilizing the services. So and that you're gaining a fee off of. So obviously, as I mentioned earlier, if you're shifting to Medicare and you're not attracting many new patients, your average receipt per patient is going to go down. Same thing would happen as if you're switching from commercial to more Medicaid business, less commercial. You're not getting paid at your highest rate. You're getting paid at the lowest rate. Going to have an impact on your practice. And look at there's not the first thing is you got to be aware of it. And what are we going to do? I mean, is there a way to attract younger people that have good commercial insurance to your practice? Sometimes that's easier said than done based upon the location of your practice. It's obviously important to be in a position where if you can have multiple locations, maybe you spend more time at locations that are a little bit more profitable to you. See this with practices all the time, where they're expanding hours in one, decreasing in the other. Maybe they started out in one section of town and morphed over to two or three other sections, and that's where you want to spend your time. You want to spend your time in the most profitable spots.